Bob Marley once said, "One good thing about music is that when it hits you, you feel no pain." Growing up in an urban city, my peers and I always felt that way. We used to pour our hearts and souls into the music we sang. We all came from different backgrounds and different struggles, but all that went away when we got into our music classes. Through those experiences, I have found my career as a future music educator and have asked myself an important question. How does music affect adolescents in urban schools? Hi, my name is Brittney Burgess, and I am a double major in music education and vocal performance here at NAS. Throughout my college journey, I've been introduced to great opportunities, like being able to have two honors recitals, or even being able to sing backup on tour with Josh Groban, and not to mention doing a voiceover for the world-renowned Sesame Street.
My high school music experience was amazing.
Fun and inspirational.
Both engaging and also inspiring.
Impactful and probably educational.
Intense and very passionate. Yeah.
In high school, I took music theory and I was in concert choir, and my voice part was soprano.
In high school, I was in the sousaphone section, and the sousaphone section leader.
In high school, I took music theory and I was in chorus and orchestra. I was an alto in chorus and I played violin in orchestra.
As part of chorus, the choir, I was a tenor one, and I played the piano and the drums.
I played alto sax for band and I was an alto in choir.
Musical theater, opera workshop, choir, American songbook, and vocal technique.
Voice part was soprano, sometimes alto, and we had the opportunity to be in choir, to take voice lessons, group voice lessons.
I do think that music is prioritized more in an urban school rather than a suburban school. And I say this because I have been to both an urban and suburban school. And in my suburban school, it was more focused on, your academics, and then you had your arts as like an extracurricular. Whereas in my urban school, it was about the arts and what you wanted to do and expressing yourself and being free.
But I do believe that we have less resources, things such as instruments, music books, even teachers are hard to come by in a lot of urban districts. I know that when I was in band, a lot of times we had to think of ways to fix the instruments ourselves just because we didn't have the funding to really go out and get them fixed sometimes.
I absolutely believe that music is less prioritized in urban school districts in comparison to suburban school districts because urban school districts tend to be chronically underfunded, and when money's tight, music and the arts are the first things to go because they tend to be looked at as these things that are less valuable and unnecessary.
I don't think it matters if you go to a urban or suburban schooling. I think in the eyes of the Board of Education, music is always seen as an extra, so I don't think it's more important in one schooling or the other. I think it's the same.
I wanted to do contemporary. It's what I've grown up on, and with kids in urban schools, we grow up on that. So when you take us out of that and you put us into suburban where we have to learn classical and do operas and stuff, we're just like, what? What is that? We don't understand. We don't get that because it's just not our environment. If you go to Rochester right now and you go in the city, you're going to hear rap music, you're going to hear R&B. You're not really going to hear someone playing classical. Whereas if you're in suburban and the countryside, you're going to hear like country or you're going to hear classical. There's no in between.
It absolutely absolutely affected me because music gave me a place to belong in high school. It gave me this large community to be a part of, and I would not trade that experience for anything in the world. I am so grateful.
Music in high school in particular influenced me to make the decision to be a musician for a career. I had really, really amazing teachers that encouraged me and taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't have known otherwise if I didn't go to a school that prioritized music.
I am about to graduate college with my Bachelor's of Music and Vocal Performance.
I'm now at Nazareth College. I'm a music business major.
After high school, I went on to MCC for a year and I studied music performance, and then I transferred to Nazareth for another 4 years to do music therapy, and I ended up getting a degree as a BA in music. I have not chosen a career in that path, but music will always be with me, and it's something I do for fun.
I have not continued my musical journey here at Nazareth College. Sometimes when I go back home, I do still play with the person who taught me how to play my instrument.
Was Morton Lauridsen's O Magnum Mysterium. It's a beautiful rendition of the piece.
Moses Hogan's My Soul's Been Anchored in the Lord gave me life. And I will never forget singing that song.
I'll Carry Your Heart. This choir piece was the most inspirational thing I've ever sung. And
to sum it all up, my question was, how does music affect adolescents in urban schools? And as you can see, so many people have been touched by the gift of the arts. And growing up in Queens, New York City, I was definitely bit by that art bug. And it's so important for us to advocate for not only our students as educators, but for the arts, because like Amy said, it's the first thing to go. So I want to tell all my educators, don't give up on your students, whether you're in urban, rural, or suburban, because no matter what, music has an effect on our students. And it's important that we just find ways to bring this beautiful art into our classrooms and so they can take it further, because they are our future.